Yeah, exactly. And I mean, Mosty's sort of that caliber of runner where you really don't expect him to be making those mistakes.
Mm-hmm. So we'll get underway here. Homothety timer is going. Okay, I was a little worried about Tombo's timer. It looks like he has a little bit longer loads, but timer is working perfectly fine. Of course, these are the in-game timers, as I'm sure we're all used to by now. We don't go by real time as a friendly reminder. Makes syncing a little bit more difficult, but fair to both runners, so we do it. Probably won't see too much of a difference coming up to Vengeful Spirit here. We can talk about where we actually are in the tournament. We have 7 runners left, and after this, it will only be 6.
Yeah, it's really getting to the pointy end of things, and it's about everyone you would expect. We had a match you would expect to be much later in the tournament yesterday with the second and third seed with Scurry Pest, so that was a bit of an up.
Yeah, if Homothety were to win today, Homothety is the 4th seed, to give you reference, and Tombo is the 9th seed. If Homothety were to win today, we would have seeds 1 through 7 in the top 6, excluding the 3rd seed, which is again Scurry, who lost yesterday. Pretty even coming into Dirtmouth. We don't expect too much of a difference here. Homothety's at 4 soul. I wasn't really watching what was happening. I don't know how he managed to get 4 hits off.
Yeah, I'm guessing probably the first 2 crawlers, then Vengefly, or Vengefly crawlered.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely can do some pogos in there if you feel like it. It's just, this is one of the few parts in the run where the soul actually is pretty irrelevant. Tombo gets hit once in the fall. The first, I hesitate to say major, the first small difference we see between the two of them.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably made up by Homothety getting caught on the little lip there, so...
The soul is irrelevant. Rick's again here in chat. Homothety accidentally trying to pogo that spike. You're meant to turn to the right and hit both of them at once with the spike, as we've seen other runners do, or at least try to do. He has to have his stick in pretty wrong position to manage to get a pogo off there.
And literally was 2 milliseconds leaving Aspid Arena, so
Right,
about as close as you can hope for.
Yep. 16 geo over 10 geo is probably the bigger difference, considering the time is only 2 milliseconds, as you said, and now it's exactly synced up coming out of that room. So 10 geo,
yeah.
not great.
Just for anyone that's not familiar, we're aiming for 206 by Mantis Claw so that we can get 220 for Shaman Stone.
Yeah, and there are some backups, so if you have like 205 down to 203, you can just kill one enemy. If you're all the way down to like 200, there's an Aspid you can kill for a little bit more extra geo. That does lose some time, but it's not devastating. If you're below 200 after Mantis Claw and Tombo, messing up platforming a little bit here. Homothety messed up a little bit before, actually. If you're below 200, you're in a lot of trouble. You kind of have to do a geo reroute at that point.
Yeah, and I mean, they're at the sort of caliber where you expect them to be pretty conscious of that, so it shouldn't be too many slip-ups, but Homothety might have to slow down in a couple of spots to get everything he needs.
Yeah, and again, 10 geo not the worst. Tombo's 16 was just a little bit above average, so 17 geo coming out of this room, he's perfectly comfortable with. Probably not the number one thing on his mind right now. Similarly, Tombo with 21, he's perfectly happy with that count. We'll see what they get for Vengeful Spirit times. I don't know if you saw what times they entered this room. Should only be a second or two apart, I would guess.
Yeah, I think there's about 2 seconds to Homothety. 4, apparently.
Wow. Okay. So a faster False Knight fight, a little bit of better movement. Tombo did slip up on those platforms there. A little bit of nerves coming through happens during these races for sure. 4-second difference, though, still something that even just a few Baldur spits can make up the difference. So not too much to worry about on his side. That's a good question. Choba Clutch in chat, why do they bring up the menu when they fall? What happens in this game, and specifically on this patch, is when you open the menu, the game does not cap your falling speed. So you normally have a maximum falling speed. If they're trying to fall a long distance, they open up the menu, and the game kind of forgets that they're falling, so it will continue to increase the falling speed. It won't check for that cap. The other reason they open the menu is when they hit the ground with the menu open, they don't get what's called a hard fall, so they don't get kind of stunned when they hit the ground, as you would otherwise see.
Yeah, and that removing hard falls is really important, especially later on in a couple of spots where you could otherwise get hit by an enemy while you're in that landing lag.
So it looks like they're still about 4 seconds apart. I'd assume they had the same spit. At the very least, I don't think either of them got third spit or worse, so as long as that boulder spits out another smaller blue boulder fairly fast, it's perfectly fine. Both first? Yeah, okay. Not surprising. Rix is doing more of the keeping up with what's actually happening with the racers than we are. A little bit awkward at the end there from homothety getting that last crawl in, but he still has more than enough soul. Tombo actually matching his 7 soul going into this room. You only need 6, 1 for this boulder fireball right here, and homothety's getting even extra. 1 for the fireball here, and then 1 for the fireball skip that homothety's coming to right now. We'll see if he hits it. Yep, very nice, very quick turnaround there. Tombo actually missing the jump, so he doesn't even get to try for the skip. Loses a little bit of time. There are other skips coming up in green path, other fireball skips that are going to be much more important for them to hit, so we'll see how Tombo does with those.
Yeah, especially the second one. There's a backup with a squib, but it loses a lot of time, especially if it just decides to be mean.
Oof. Tombo getting hit once there. He didn't really need the soul. He probably could have just cleared that enemy. It's nice to have a notice of your soul count. Once you're at 7 in that previous room that Tombo was just in, nice by homothety, by the way. Once you're at 7, you can get your last 2 soul on those 2 birds, so it's good to be conscious of that. Tombo coming up to the skip. He will hit his second fireball skip, so that's good. That would have lost a lot more time, as Insomnia was saying, if he missed it. Ooh, that was really early. Yeah, he hits that Moss Charger pretty early. He can't get the 3 hits off, so homothety already making up some of the geo loss. 94 here is pretty low for getting that Moss Charger, though. And they both get the 3rd fireball skip, so very nice. We're definitely seeing, as this tournament progresses, the consistency of the runners go up. I say that as Tombo flails around on the platform. But you'll definitely see very few, if any, missed fireball skips in these races from now on, which is fun. It makes green path more close throughout the race.
Yeah, it's really something sort of, they're at the level where it's just could do it with their eyes shut, probably.
That's a good challenge, actually. I'd be interested to see if they could do fireball skips consistently with eyes closed.
I think if you had like consistent loads going into the room, then you probably could.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't trust myself enough. Homothety gets the quick kill. Tombo gets a quick kill, but not the quickest. Has to backtrack for some geo there. Pausing? Something happened. What happened there? I guess he fat-fingered the pause button. Or maybe he thought it was a PB and he's like, I'm going to reset this time. And then he's like, wait, I'm racing.
Yeah, the race environment's definitely a bit different to what a lot of people are probably used to.
Nice double. Homothety actually started this fight off with a fireball to cancel the Hornet dialogue, which usually you don't want to do. You'd rather save that fireball for the damage. I'd be interested to ask him afterwards why he did that. Anyway, his Hornet fight should be ending as Tombo's is just beginning here. And both of them a little low on Geo. You want to be at 206, 201, and 203. Not the best counts.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where they get that little bit back, because there's 12 Geo dropped by the big Mantis near Mantis skip, but if you do it, you risk the flying Mantises being in really weird positions.
Yeah, you kind of just pray that you get hit with one of those big 5 Geos. 5 Geo would be enough to put them both at 206. Replying to chat again, Midwalker. Sorry, I can't exactly pronounce your name. There is actually a mod that does consistent loads. We use it for rando in case we're racing without this this in-game timer on. And with that, we could actually make the loads a consistent amount of time. And you might be able to try to do it blindfolded, although this is not a game that I would want to ever play blindfolded.
And leaving Ancestral Mound, there was about a 17-second lead to homothety.
17, wow. Okay, homothety's pulling ahead then.
Yeah, just those little slip-ups and the unfortunate Geo from Vengefly King really made the difference, I think.
Yep. Yeah, he missed a fireball skip, a little bit of trouble with platforms. Like you were saying, kind of smaller things. I'm surprised that all accumulated to 17 seconds. Kind of shows you how important consistency is, even in fairly simple platforming areas like Green Path.
Yeah, and I mean, this is another really movement-heavy split, so you wouldn't expect to see too much lead change.
Explosion Pogo is good for homothety. Probably see homothety trying out Mantis Pogo right about as Tombo does Explosion Pogo, maybe a little before even. Ooh, he
And
misses
he got
it.
the Geo, and ooh, missed that.
A fun little backup there. Oh no, homothety. Okay, well Tombo has a chance to catch up these 17 seconds now.
And he got the Explosion Pogo too.
If he can hit Mantis Pogo, they'll be back to even. Homothety missing the Mantis Pogo, and then going for this... Oh, Tombo misses it too. Homothety went for a backup on that big Mantis. Really good backup by Tombo to get that with the Fireball stall midair. Homothety couldn't
Yeah,
go
that
for that
was
big
really
Mantis.
nice.
Yeah, it looked really cool. And 208 and 207 Geos, they're both fine on Geo. Homothety couldn't, what I was trying to say, Homothety couldn't try that big Mantis back up twice because the big Mantis only has like 5 health, I believe. So he couldn't do 3 pogos on it again. He wouldn't have the health to do that. Still in the lead is Homothety, but much closer now for sure.
Yeah, it's about 2 seconds now, so a 16-second catch-up's pretty big.
Mysterious.
Also, they have really similar load times, which is quite nice for viewing.
It looked like Homothety forgot where he was going there for a second. I wonder if he was going, because you normally go over that platform like Tombo did. Homothety went kind of under, then changed his mind and went over. I'm wondering if Homothety thought that he needed Geo and was going to kill one of those Venge Flies until he realized he had 207.
Yeah, I assume it was something like that.
So Homothety at 6 hits. Tombo's at 4, I believe, right now. Now at 5. So he doesn't even need to hit this thing twice. He will anyway. So Tombo at 1 extra soul. Doesn't hurt, just a little bit of time wasted gathering that soul. About a 57-58 kill for Homothety. 59 to a minute. So like 3 seconds. 2 to 3 seconds, the difference between the two. Super close for sure.
Yeah, and it'll definitely depend on the cleanup. Homothety got a bit unlucky with one flying straight up there.
Mm-hmm. Tombo with an okay cleanup. They both had 2 Gruzzers left to kill. The difference is Tombo's 2 Gruzzers were on the floor where it was pretty easy to kill him, and Homothety's were about as far away as he could have hoped and not next to each other, which is not what you want to see. So just about even here. You can see how important that Geo is. They both buy Shaman Stone, and Homothety at 0 Geo to spare, Tombo only at 1 Geo to spare. So that's why we keep count. Just a small sink here for Homothety, it looks like. Yeah, okay. We're pretty synced. The timers are very synced. The runners are only a couple seconds apart. We'll see if either of them mess up Shade Skip. Not something you really expect, but can be a huge time loss if you miss it. Or a Fireball. Luckily, neither of them miss it nor get a Fireball, so we'll be pretty even going into Blue Lake. Both runners dying at the same time. True.
Yeah, it seems like no one can get a full run without any deaths. There always seems to be that one.
It always seems to be in the same spot, too, you know?
Yeah, you think you'd just practice it, but I guess they just don't like to.
It's an annoying spot. Those enemies on the ground can be really tricky. They are RNG.
Yeah, exactly. And then it seems just random if the other enemy spawns to do the pogo. So I guess it's understandable.
The mysterious black enemy that we still haven't figured out about. Anyway, homothety coming up to platforms here. Still a couple seconds in the lead. Falling off the platform for either of these runners would change the lead. Tombo missing this intentional drop to pause the timer doesn't really matter too much. Falling off is a much bigger time loss.
Yeah, it's about 7 seconds a fall, so it's definitely enough to change the lead.
And the last part that homothety's at right now, and Tombo coming up to, falling here is even more time loss because obviously you have more platforms to backtrack through. These runners are pretty practiced though. I'll wait till Tombo gets to the end so I don't jinx it, but pretty good dream platforms from both of them, and we maintain a super close race. This might be an actual disadvantage if you're watching the restream for homothety or Tombo because you know you're close, so it might be a little more pressure than they'd have otherwise.
Yeah, there's definitely a mental aspect to watching the restream. It can help if you're ahead, but can definitely hinder if it's really close.
Mm-hmm. I know most racers tend to do it. I know Pest, I don't know if it stresses Pest out a lot or if it's more of like a moral thing, like he'd rather just race on his own and see how his time compares. But in either case, I know Pest doesn't actually watch it.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably also just a matter of what you're comfortable with. And if your internet can handle it, shout out Australia.
Well, looking in chat usually is enough. Chat tends to be, when someone makes a big mistake, chat tends to tell them. Or you'll have homothety going into his own chat, as was the case here, with a lull. I hate this room, dude. Homothety one fireball too short. Or one nail hit too short. I was literally... This room that Homothety's in right now, well, that they're both in right now, I was doing debug with just this room trying to find anything consistent, and I couldn't find a thing. This room sucks.
Yeah, it's pretty RNG heavy, and especially if you get them all spawning to the right and you're depending on it for geo, you can be pretty big time loss there.
Yeah. Oh, Tombo pogoing a little too early. He doesn't actually hit the spikes in the bottom, and thus he will fall into them. 1 damage means he will have to bench, although he would probably be benching anyway because it's a race, but that is a decent amount of time having to do the pogos all over again.
And losing an extra 0.2 seconds thanks to Axe.
Unfortunate. Thanks to Axe. We're just blaming Axe for it.
Definitely.
So yeah, about 3 seconds coming into this split. We're going to sync up the timers again, a very short sync this time. Hamathe's definitely pushing ahead. Tombo getting hit in King Station, gonna not help his case out. Hamathi entering that room at 15:48. We'll see exactly when Tombo enters. I expect at least a 10-second difference between the two of them at this point. Yeah, about 10 seconds. You got a nice double there. Tombo did.
Yeah, it should be pretty right for Geo.
Did he hit it? Oh yeah, Hamathi got it. If it doesn't double there, you have to go up and hit it with your nail. Hamathi getting through the dark room. Nice to see. You hate to see runners stuck in there. That feels so bad.
For 18 seconds.
Yeah, dude. You want to help him out. Tombo's getting kind of blocked off from the dark room here. He could have some problems. Gonna get hit twice. He will get in. See if he can find his way out. It doesn't look like... Okay, he gets it. A little bit slower in the dark room, but only by a second or two. The 2 damage is going to be the bigger deal as Homothety comes up to watch your Knights here. Full health, full soul, and a time lead. He has to be feeling good about this fight.
Tombo healing up, so he should... I mean, I assume he'll just stop to dream nail enemies.
Horrible start for patterns for Homothety. Okay. Well,
how that didn't hit, I'll never know.
Yeah, he was low for that fireball. So about a full cycle ahead at Watcher Knights of Homothety, that's somewhere in the order of 20 seconds. Actually, I would not think he's that far. Yeah, maybe with Tombo's Darkroom shenanigans and getting kind of blocked off, he's that far. 2 hits down as Homothety. Okay, he gets one of them dead. The other one shouldn't be too far away. Hopefully? Oh, maybe he is. Wow, okay. He was really overdamaged. About 20 seconds, says Rix, okay. So now what's important is one of these Watcher Knights has a lot more damage on it than the other, so Homothety's going to try to hit the other. Of course, when they stack up on top of each other, it's hard to tell which one you're actually hitting. Tombo, on the other hand, doing a pretty decent job, playing it a little bit safer, it looks like, overall, but still at 5, now 4 HP. And these guys should be almost dead. Yep.
And
Alright.
Mufti with a nice cleanup.
Not a great fight from Homothety, not a terrible one. Never lower than 3 HP though, not too much of a scare, which is nice for a race. It can be very scary to die to these guys, and a PB doesn't mean as much, because you're just resetting anyway. And Tombo finally gets his kill, a little bit slower there, especially in that last cycle. Kind of an uneventful Watcher Knights for both of them, nothing insane, no risks of dying.
And I think Homothety gained about 8 seconds there.
Oh, really? On just the Watcher Knights fight?
Yeah, I think I saw it as 28-second lead when the gate opened.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, we won't be able to check here because Tombo actually does this Geo chest before going to Lurian, and Homothety does after, so their times are going to be a little bit skewed right now. But I trust the 28-second difference. So Homothety clawing his way ahead. And now, of course, you'll see Homothety get this Geo chest. We do need this Geo. Homothety's not just skipping it. It's just kind of runner's choice if you get this chest before or after. Generally, people seem to get it after. Tombo gets it before, which is perfectly fine. I don't think that's any amount of time loss we have to backtrack through there anyway.
After being the objectively superior time to do it.
Which is superior?
Doing it after.
Yes, I agree. Did Tombo hit the... Oh, he did. I'm blind, dude. I thought he didn't hit the lever and was going to be met with the elevator when he got all the way down there. I was going to cry, but he is smarter than I. So a little bit of downtime here. We'll see how much they go for in C-Peaks. Homothety I don't think is a runner that goes for too much stuff in it. He probably goes for God Pixel, because at this point, pretty much everyone's going for God Pixel. I don't know if he goes for the aptly named Homothety Ball. He has to, right? It's a trick named after him. He has to go for it.
Surely.
Surely. And then, of course, Pogack's always a treat. I don't know if we're going to see it in this race, though. I think for a PB attempt, Pogack's can save like 2 seconds, which is pretty nice. For a race, though, it's just so risky. A lot of these runners kind of opting not to go for it, unless they're in a big lead or a big deficit where it doesn't matter too much.
Or they're just fun people.
Or they're what?
Fun people.
True. Or they're good people. All these runners, bad people. If you don't go for it, bad person.
Can't
Insomnia
argue
said
with the
that,
truth.
If you have problems with that, blame Insomnia. I didn't say anything. "32 seconds according to Rix, who is always keeping a good time. Homothety at 23:37 before getting that toll. Much more than enough Geo. He's about 10 Geo over where he needs to be. Tombo does need to use a Fireball here, hopefully. He wants to get 12 Geo out of this. And it's nice to see the big guy first there. It means he won't be in the way. Oh, that's the wrong one. I'm stupid. He will have to grab that 5. He'll get 13, so just enough Geo for Tombo here at 23:23. 23:22, of course, is the absolute minimum you want here to have enough Geo for the rest of the game.
Tombo missing the King Station jump, which, depending on who you ask, is either free or impossible.
Are there any in-betweens? Are some people like, yeah, it's kind of difficult?
I know Viz is in the free camp, and I think it's Pest is in the impossible camp, but that's about it.
I'm in the impossible camp. I don't know if there's a camp in the middle. Now I want to go camping.
Just do it. Forget uni.
Dude, there's nowhere around here to camp. That's the issue. I mean, the other issue is, of course, going to school, but forget about that.
I wish I could.
Same.
Just come to Australia. You can go camping, like, anywhere.
Yeah, but then I'll die. Oh, Smothie going Pogax? He is. Nice. A very nice Pogax from homothety. I said he wouldn't do it, and he called me out. Doing it first try, saving a couple seconds there, and more importantly, winning the hearts of his fans.
Right. I'm definitely now Team Homothety.
Oh, and the God
And getting
Pixel.
God Pixel.
Dude, this could be like a gold for homothety here. Oh, and right side. Okay, right side, something we haven't talked about too much. It saves a little bit of time. You do have to do that intentional damage tank there. I don't think homothety healed. I think he just had 5 HP after the Dirtmouth, what's it called? Vengefly. So this could very well be a gold for homothety. Tombo will be attempting Pogax here. Oh, he gets it! The double Pogax.
Blessed run.
Homothety typing Fs in chat. I don't know why.
He said, over the platform, rip.
Oh, he missed. Okay, he still gets there fast enough. He missed the actual damage cycle. What the heck? So homothety took the damage in kind of the wrong way here and missed the damage cycle that you're supposed to get. So he doesn't know how to go through this area. He's so lucky he got hit to the right by that laser. If he got hit to the left, he would not have had a platform to land on. He would have had to pogo. It would have been difficult. He might have died, and death would have been an insane lead for Tombo. But homothety manages to pull it through. That was so much scarier than it needed to be. You can see how much we need to make that damage cycle. If we miss it, we have no idea what we're doing.
Jesus, that was a lot riskier than it needed to be. Just keeping that entertaining content.
I'm sure that's why he did it.
Definitely.
He was at like 4 HP or something going into this room, took 1 intentional damage, and then just had no idea how to go through the lasers and took 2 more damage. Tombo showing off the final trick of Crystal Peaks, which is under the platform, which is, you know, a pretty basic trick. You just dash under the last platform. So I think we saw like basically all the C Peaks tricks between the 2 racers.
Yeah, and Tombo also showing off not taking too unintentional damage.
A very important trick. Hard to learn.
It really is.
Homothety showing off the opposite, where he does take an intentional damage. This is not the split you want to take it on. He is coming up to Umu here. He wants to have full health and close to full soul, or at least close to full health, close to full soul. As close as he can get, basically, coming up to the jellyfish. So, not the best place to take damage. I can talk, I promise. He's benching. Wow, okay.
Yeah, so I assume, well, he's watching the stream, so probably knows he's got a lot of time to play with.
True. Yeah, I'm just so used to PB attempts. I'm used to no one ever benching there, but it is probably a pretty smart place to bench. Doesn't lose any time other than the time it takes to actually get to that bench and bench itself. It's not like we need to bench respawn at any point. So he's giving himself a little bit of a net as he starts Umu here with full health and now full soul after that first dream nail. Short attack, long attack, I believe. He wants a short here, he's going to get a long attack. Luckily, Umu is pretty low. It should be relatively easy to get off the full damage cycle here. Yeah. He's really far right, too. Very nice. So he gets up the first damage cycle, needs 3 Dream Mails here. 1. Oh, that's a bad spawn. He does get off that second Dream Nail. You can tell by the flash of white light. He will get off 3 total. Trying to pull Umu left. He's a little bit farther right than Homothety would want. He could go for a damage tank here. He's not going to go for it, and because he didn't go for that damage tank, he's going to have trouble getting the 2 cycle. Also an unintentional damage tank he's going to heal. So in a PB attempt, he might have been able to pull out that 2 cycle with a damage tank on Umu. For a race, he's just going to play it safe, go over Umu, take the 3 cycle here. And we'll see how Tombo does on the right side of the screen. Yeah, going over again. This time he doesn't need as much damage, Homothety. Tombo's standing very close to Umu to get that damage in. I think he doubled, so I think he got the full damage cycle, did Tombo.
Yeah, it was kind of hard to tell, but I think he got it.
Yeah, audio can be a better cue there. Of course, we are on Homothety. Homothety is in the lead right now. Oh, Tombo, buddy. Get up there. Oh, you could do it. Dude, Tombo could 2 cycle here. Let's go, dude. Oh, he gets the 2 cycle. Very nice from Tombo. So that's going to save him some time. Homothety's still in the lead, of course. A 33-30 or 26-33 entrance to Monomon. But GG to Tombo. Nice job.
Yeah, that's made it a lot closer now. It really can go anyone's way.
Beat him height. Tombo got a 2 cycle. Let's go. Alright, the Dream Nail at about 53, so it's going to be about a 20-second difference still. Homothety's movement through Crystal Peaks probably gave him even more time on top of the 30 seconds he was already ahead, and then Tombo brought some of it back, about a 20-second difference. That is Homothety's copy pasta, right? There is a bracket. I will post it in the chat. You can probably do !HK as well. Let's see. I'll try it. Yep. It'll tell you all you need to know about the Hollow Knight race. We are closing in on the end of it. We have, as I said at the beginning, 7 renders left. 6 after this race. One of these 2 will be knocked out.
And Homothety coming up to QGA now, which is a potential for a lot of time loss, but hopefully both runners get it within a couple of attempts.
See, you say hopefully. I kind of want to see Homothety miss it a few times. I want to see it be close, you know?
Okay, hopefully Homothety misses it a few times and Tombo gets it first shot.
No. Homothety does get it first try. Very nice. Unfortunately, that makes me sad. Mantis Arena also a potential for a lot of lost time here. He's going to go for the double pogo here. Nice. And the second 2, he missed the first one, but got a double on it, the second fireball, so he is perfectly fine. Clean QG and Mantis Arena. Tombo at 1 HP. Oh no. You hate to see that.
Oh no.
Yeah. What do you do here? He just goes for it? Oh my goodness. That'll respawn him back at... I don't think he benched in Archives. Yeah, it'll respawn him all the way back at Monomon. Yeah.
Yeah, you hate to see it.
It's tough. If you miss it a bunch of times, there's not much you can do once you're at a soul, but just kind of keep going for it and praying. Unfortunately, QGA is like that, where you can just kind of miss it. It's a very, very difficult trick, as easy as some of the top runners make it look. So understandable, just unfortunate for Tombo. Homothety hit Weavers. Go ahead, sorry.
Sorry, I mean, credit to Tombo. Up till there, he's kept it super close against a top 3 runner.
Yeah, he got the 2 cycle, and Homothety got the 3 cycle, too. That's something to be proud of, for sure. Back to QGA is Tombo. Oh my goodness. This sucks. I feel bad, man.
Yeah, I think he's probably really in his head about now, too.
Yeah. You get in your head about tricks like this, he'll die again to the acid. Probably out of contention for the race now. Homothety's already done with the QG split, and Tombo is restarting it for the 3rd time. He would need something desperately bad from Homothety. And if Homothety's watching the restream, that's just not going to happen. We might see Deep Nest for Tombo to finish. I hope he tries to conquer QGA after he beat him twice. Kind of get back at it a little bit.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure in the warm-up he was just getting it, but race nerves can do a lot.
Yeah, and missing it a few times can do a lot too.
Yeah, it's one of those things that can just really snowball.
Homothety had a really good QG here. Like, good Mantis Arena, good exit to Archives, I believe. Oh, that was scary. He could have gotten hit twice. He'll just dash into the spikes. Okay, well, it was a good split. And now now just heal for safety. Alright, Tombo, you got this, man. Let's go. Ugh. His Crystal Dash just isn't going off, dude. Like, he's getting the dash at the right height a decent amount of the time. Like, that's the right height. Oh, he gets the dash?
That's pretty high.
No!
Oh.
Damn, dude. Homothety, what are you doing? What the heck? Homothety's just trolling at this point.
Yeah, he's definitely watching the restream.
He's trying to get over this. What were those Pokos? What the heck? He, like, stayed in place. What the?
I have never seen that.
Dude, I didn't even know you could do this. Where is he trying to get this guy? Oh, he's stuck backing up. He's trying to back up to his home, but he's too far away from his home. The wall's not letting him back up far enough. Damn. Homothety has some game knowledge here.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Now we're just dream nailing, I guess. You ever just dream nail?
So Homothety employing the optimal strategy here for soul farming.
So we see Tombo just staring at some acid and Homothety just dream nailing it about. Pretty incredible content. Oh, Tombo gets it. Let's go, let's go. Nice, dude! Tombo does it. A pog in chat from Homothety. Probably the least efficient Devout Gia we have ever seen in any race. Or any iteration of Hollow Knight. But he gets it. Tombo with a nice Mantis Arena too.
Oh, missed the Thorn's Warp, but gets it second time.
Alright. And Tombo getting past QGA is Homothety's cue to actually go and finish the game. It is, yeah, serious. Yeah. That's basically what happened.
Tombo with a great dodge of the little spikes there.
Yeah, that room can
which
be
is
fun.
extra hard on 1221.
Oh, that that's what you meant? Like the orange spikes?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, those are pretty difficult. Disqualify him? Disqualify him for what? I wasn't watching, I was watching Tombo.
He said is crystal harding into black egg cutscene a major glitch.
No, you can do it.
I need a ruling before I do it.
You can do it, Homothety. I believe. See, the thing is, like, normally for questions like this, we would ask Homothety. Homothety's like the organizer of these type of things. I'm saying it's okay, because I want to see it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Content.
If homothety says that he's not allowed, that's questionable.
Oh,
You're
we've got
fine.
confirmation.
You're fine, homothety. He's just slashing. He's scared, dude. Yes, it's an official ruling. I want to see it now. I'm hype. Six, yes. Tombo's not caught up yet, but he's getting there. All right, there we go. He figured it out. So this is what happens if you're supposed to be walking and instead you C-dash through the cutscene. And now you can just do this. I think Monster found this. I could be wrong. A little bit of an animation bug Homothety showing off. Well-coded game, well-coded game. Anyway, Tombo doing a much more boring devout than Homothety, just damage tanking and killing it.
Yeah, that said, getting down to 1 health to keep it entertaining for the viewers.
Yep. Very nice of him. Also exactly 250 Geo. Tombo the Geo routing master. So if Homothety dies late in the THK fight, Tombo has a chance because of Homothety's kind of trolling around. But I really don't expect he will, and I think Homothety's determined enough to not lose after doing all of that kind of stuff that if he gets low, he's just going to heal on one of these counters or screams. Or
yeah, I think
staggers.
He knows his lead, so he'll just play safe.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if he did that Crystal Dash stuff without knowing his lead. That would be that would be questionable.
I mean, considering how much he was in the chat, I think he knows exactly how much of a lead he's got.
I would agree. Yeah, even healing to 5 HP here, he just does not want to die. He knows he has the win as long as he gets this THK kill down. Probably see Scream Skip here. Yeah, very nicely set up Scream Skip. He knew it was coming pretty early. He actually poked it on top. Gets the THK kill. Gonna be some kind of a high 37 for Homothety, obviously. Trolling around a little bit, not the best time he could have put out today. Still enough to beat Tombo. Tombo will have something of a 39 or a 40. Really unfortunate QGA fails. So we will be inviting Homothety to the commentary for that extremely close, gut-wrenching race. See if he wants to join. And we don't need to hear this ending cutscene. We'll just stick the audio to Tombo for his THK fight.
Hello.
Hello.
Nice sub 38.
Incredible.
I hate to see it for Tombo. I mean,
Yeah.
if you've seen any of my races this tournament, know I've struggled a lot with QGA myself. Not taking any deaths, but certainly was part of why I lost to Axe and happened in Lollycry too. So I can definitely relate.
Yeah, you hate to see that at any level, especially constantly like dying to it and then coming back and dying to it. That just feels really bad.
It's so demoralizing, and so
Yep.
it really is good to see Tombo finish. Yeah, even on an elimination match like this.
Yep. And not doing Deep Nest either. He stuck with QGA until he got it.
And while I wasn't able to watch his QG, I assume it went went on without a hitch after that. So
Yep. Perfect Mantis Arena at the very least.
and that's
I think
very
he-
nice.
I think he got. I think we said one. He missed the lever skip or the hazard respawn, whatever you want to call it. He missed that once. Got a second try.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, that was basically it, and it was pretty close, even after Umu going into QGA, so considering the 2-minute difference in PBs, it's
Yeah.
definitely something you can be proud of.
Yeah. I mean, I certainly was not pleased with this run from my end. I thought I did a very good execution of the Mantis Bogo backup.
Oh
And
yeah.
after that, I did an even better execution of the Mantis Bogo backup.
It was perfect.
It really was.
And showing off the optimal soul farming on Devouts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to get a chance to do that at some point in the tournament. So I hate it was against Tombo, but I'm glad I got to show it off.
Tombo does finish here, by the way. Pretty clean THK fight with a 39-43, about 2 minutes behind homothety, and will knock him out of the tournament in 7th/8th place, along with Scurry. Not a bad place to be.
Now, I'm sure that you had told Tombo going into this that he'd finish tied with Scurry. He would have been very surprised. And make no mistake, Tombo had one of the hardest paths through the bracket. With Fireborn as his first real match. I mean, obviously the bye against Time Sync, but we have to count things fairly here.
Yeah. Match 2 versus Fireborn is not preferred.
Not preferred at all.
Hey Tombo, GG man.
Hey, thank you. GG, homothety. Thanks for giving me a chance.
Well, QGA sucks. And I am going to be in the exact same position in a week after I lose to Trinomi after failing QGA 4 times in a row. So
Well, that was exactly the run that I needed from you, but I just didn't get the run that I needed from me, so.
yeah, and it was close. Especially I had a decent early game up until Mantis Bogo, and after that I believe it was neck and neck.
Tombo 2 cycled actually on Umu.
Yeah, I saw that. Actually, I was taking that pretty safe because I knew I had a 40-second lead.
Yeah, I think
That's
if you
why I
damage
matched
tank,
and everything.
yeah. I mean, I think if you damage tank Umu, you probably had a 2 cycle there. You're just playing it safe. You can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, like I decided not to damage tank, and then I decided that I was going to heal anyways rather than go for like a 1 HP 2 cycle with a chance of 3 cycle.
Well, it worked out for you.
Yeah, when I've been on commentary, I've criticized people for not healing during Umu when they had an advantage. So I felt like I kind of had to walk the walk a bit.
Fair play. See, I don't have to. That's the benefit of not joining the tourney.
Yeah, about that, Palm. Mr. 34.
It's a 34. It's not a 33.
And
Go ahead.
oh, sorry. Interesting laser cycle in Crystal Peaks and Mothie.
Oh, yeah. You might have golded that.
No comment.
You might have golded
Actually, yeah.
that.
It would have been close.
You were
And
also
both runners
close.
getting
Oh, I
Pogats.
actually did gold trap bench. Interesting.
Yeah, I thought so. Your QG was really clean.
Yeah, actually, I had a hard fall in my old gold, so that makes sense. I did not gold Beast Stun, which is a little surprising to me because, frankly, I thought I've never executed Beast Stun on that level.
Well, you dashed into a... I'm sorry. I forgot about the thing you did at the end. Okay.
I mean-
I've talked a lot, so if you want to ask Tombo something.
Hi, Tombo.
So, I mean, like straight from the beginning, I was I think probably about 20 seconds behind after Mothman Cloak. I don't remember what I had, 8:10 or 8:15, something atrocious. And so I was thinking, all right, now he's probably 15 or 20 seconds ahead, so I'll just kind of, slide my way, through the rest of the race, nice and easy. I thought he was going to run away with it, and then I saw that mantis claw, which mine wasn't clean by any means, but I did get up there on like a last ditch effort.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh great, he's made it close again. Now I gotta.
Yeah, I have to say, I came into this convinced that this was going to be the run where I had to do Mosquito Pogo and Green Path. So, because Green Path was not going well at all before the race, but I guess that came together and Fungal Waste fell apart. It happens.
I don't know if you guys noticed. I finally felt defeated by QGA, and I went to collect my shade, and I was going to just go the deep nest route. But the last time that I had died, I made it across and died on the other side.
You had no choice but to do it again?
Oh.
I had to do it again to get my shade, and I got over there, I think, with like 1 health left or something like that.
Wow.
I think we're all happier for it.
I was finally defeated. I was like, all right, I'll just grab my shade, go deep nest. And I'm like, oh, damn it, it's gone.
Well, you had a good QG, actually. Like, past QGA, the rest of it was nice.
I had a couple odd movements. I don't know what I had a rogue C dash. Like after you get down into like the deep nest area, you normally just dash twice down to that platform.
Oh, you see that? Okay, yeah.
It was kind of an odd, but overall that split felt pretty good. The thorns once dashed a little too far left.
I have one like actual legitimate question for Homothety. On Hornet, why did you fireball to not do her techs?
Oh, it's faster sometimes.
Sometimes? So
Sometimes. I don't think it was faster this time. It depends
just
on
flip
how
a
many
coin.
doubles you get.
Okay.
No, I always go for it.
What about 0 doubles?
It also depends on how much soul you have going into the fight.
What about 6 soul 0 doubles? Because that's what I do every time, and I want...
6 soul 0 doubles. I think that, I think it's faster to skip the cutscene then.
Okay. Good to know.
Because, yeah, after you use your first fireball, Hornet has a multiple of 30 as her health, which means that every combo takes off 30 damage. So yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Appreciate
Something
it.
like that. I did the math at some point.
Sounds good. I trust you here.
Doing math on stream is forbidden. So
I was trying to trick you into doing math on stream.
I noticed.
All right. Well, we've been talking long enough.
All right. I'll let everyone go.
Congrats again, and thanks guys for the commentary.
Yeah,
Thanks for playing.
thanks for joining the tournament,
Amen.
Tombo. It's been great. Actually, you weren't in the call when we said this, but you're going to finish tied with Scurry now. So,
There we go. What is it, 8th? Tied for 8th?
7th, 8th, yeah.
yeah, I think so.
7th,
So,
8th?
yeah.
Take it.
I'll take out of 23. Yeah, nice job.
Alrighty. See ya.
All right. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Alright, see ya. Good night, guys.
Good night, everyone.
And yeah, Rix, there's not any matches scheduled yet, just because it was kind of depending on this, but the next ones will be Axe Pest and Trinomi Homothety. And 5 is in winners.
Cool. All right. Well, we don't know when the next matches are, but stay tuned. We'll be back on SpeedGaming at some point, fairly soon, hopefully. That's all from me.
Yeah, and me too. Bye.
Bye.